Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. We continue our discussion on the topic of spores. Spores. Students, I will be telling you the characteristic features of spores. Number one, spores are dormant biological bodies. Spores are dormant biological bodies. Number two, they contain all the DNA of their parent vegetative cell. Okay, students? Spores are dormant biological bodies which contain all the DNA of their parent vegetative cell. Number third point. Spores show minimal or no metabolism. Okay, students? Spores show either minimal or no metabolic activities in them. Number four, they do not show respiration or they show minimal respiration. No respiration or minimal respiration. Okay, students? On return of favorable conditions, spores grow into their vegetative primitive cell. What are those favorable conditions? These are, student, mostly nutritional requirements. When nutritional requirements of the spores are fulfilled, they are again converted into their primitive cell. Or temperature conditions, conditions of pH. These are some of the examples of favorable conditions which, when appears again, these spores again gets converted into vegetative cells. Students, on return of favorable conditions, these spores again germinate to form their vegetative primitive cells. Now, we move towards structure of spores. Okay, I continue telling you some more characteristic features. Students, spores are heat and temperature resistant. Heat and temperature resistant. They are resistant to boiling at 100 degrees centigrade. It means that if you boil at the temperature of 100 degrees centigrade heat, there is no effect on the spores. So, in medical profession, method of sterilization was created, in which we apply heat and temperature at 120 degrees centigrade. Okay. Students, as there is no metabolic activity in the spores, there is no effect of antibiotics on the spores. Okay, no effect of antibiotics. On the spores. Why there is no effect of antibiotics? Because there is no metabolic activity going on in the spores. Number 9. Spores are produced by bacteria, fungi, plants, and algae. Spores are produced by bacteria, fungi, plants, and algae. Okay. Now number 10. Students, all these characteristic features of spores, that is, they are heat resistant, they are temperature resistant, they undergo nutritional starvation. This is because of the presence of dipicolinic acid. Dipicolinic acid. What is dipicolinic acid? It is a calcium ion chelator. Calcium ion chelator. Dipicolinic acid, it is present in the core of spores. It is basically a calcium ion chelator. It is responsible for the resistant properties of the spores. Now we move towards structure of spores. Structure of spores. Students, as I have told you earlier, spores contain DNA, ribosomes, and glycolytic enzymes. These are DNA, ribosomes, and glycolytic enzymes present in the central core. Okay? Outside this core, there is cytoplasmic membrane. Okay, students? Outside this cytoplasmic membrane, there is a thick layer which is called cortex. Student, this cortex, it is composed of peptidoglycans. Okay, and these peptidoglycans of the cortex, they are very well cross-linked with each other. Okay, now outside this cortex, there is more thickened let's call it as spore wall. This is spore wall, which is composed of peptidoglycans. Outside this spore wall, this is called cortex. Students, cortex is again composed of peptidoglycans. The difference between the peptidoglycans of cortex and spore wall is that peptidoglycans of cortex are less cross-linked with each other as compared to the peptidoglycans of spore wall. Now, outside all of these structures, we have a very strong outer coat which is called keratin coat. Okay, and this keratin coat contains dipicolinic acid, which is responsible for resistant capabilities of spore. I repeat, structure of spores. This is central core. The core contains DNA, ribosomes, and enzymes. Enzymes, there is synthetase enzyme. Now, after core, there is cytoplasmic membrane. This one, cytoplasmic membrane. Outside to cytoplasmic membrane, there is spore wall, which is composed of peptidoglycans. Peptidoglycans. Outside the spore wall, we have cortex. It is also composed of peptidoglycans, and all of these structures, they are surrounded by keratin coat. This keratin coat is very tough and resistant structure, students, and it gives all the resistant abilities to the spore. Okay. Now, students, different types of spores. Different types of spores. Exospores. Exospores. These are the spores which are present outside the cells. Endospores. Student, endospores are the spores which are present inside the cells. For example, there is a structure which is called spherule. This structure, spherule, it contains many endospores. It is a fungal endospore in which spherule contains many endospores. And this spherule, it may occupy its position in the lungs and may cause fungal infection of the lungs when these endospores, they are released out of the spherules. Okay? Exospores, endospores, sexual spores. Sexual spores, zygote, very common example. Asexual spores, like histoplasma, it's a fungus. Histoplasma. Okay. And last one, vegetative spores. 1, 2, 3, 4, and fifth one is vegetative spores. Vegetative spores like chlamydospores. Example is chlamydospores. So these are different types of spores. Exospores, endospores, sexual spores, zygote. Example is zygote. Asexual spores, histoplasmosis. It is caused by asexual spores. And fifth one, vegetative spores. Example is chlamydospores. So these were the types of spores. Students, bacteria which produce spores are most common Bacillus cereus and Clostridium. These both are gram-positive bacteria. They produce spores. Bacillus cereus, it produces anthrax, Bacillus anthracis. Which causes anthrax. These spores, they have also been used as a war weapon, bioweapon. Clostridium tetani. The spores of Clostridium tetani bacteria, it causes tetanus. Other example is Clostridium botulinum, which causes botulism. The spores of Clostridium botulism, they are mostly present in canned foods and it causes botulism. Okay, students? So this was all about spores. Now there is a question. What is the difference between spore and a zygote? Zygote also have same property of the parent cell and spore also have the same properties of the parent cell. Student, spores do not need to couple with other spores for their fertilization, for their reproduction. Okay, they just need return of favorable conditions. On the other hand, zygote needs another male or female zygote for fusion to continue its process of development. Okay, students, thank you. Allah Hafiz.